Hi, it's Brittany from Empurrium. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to make a clear Guardian anti-theft backpack. This pattern is from Linds Handmade. It is not written to be a clear pattern, but we're going to change it. This printed TPU vinyl is from Stitch Don't Kill My Vibe, and it is currently on pre-order until May 5th. She does run these same prints a lot though, but the current pre-order is open until May 5th. This glitter vinyl is a semi-translucent vinyl. It's from More Me Now. This pink has sold out. She might get it back. Last I checked, there was still 2 other colors on the website. All my hardware is from More Me Now, and this black seatbelt webbing is from Wizardry Stitchery. My printed cork labels are from Heartwood and Hyde. So it was fun to make. I kind of did it learned as I was going, so we're learning together again. It's a good way, I think. There's no interfacing. I did do binding on the sides and then the bottom. Come on. Just how the pattern is. You can see the connectors. I think I said this in the instructions parts too. If I were to make one again, I would double the vinyl on the sides and the bottom so that you had a pretty side for both, and then it would cover these connectors. But it was fun. It wasn't hard. The hardest part is these curves, which is the same as if you've made a regular Guardian. I would probably recommend making a regular one before going to clear, just so you understand the way the bag is made. I have a tutorial for the regular one too. I added little vinyl ends on the straps, and yeah, pretty much did it by the pattern but turned it into clear. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know if you've made a clear Guardian. I've been dying to make this for so long. I hope you enjoy. Have a great day. How cute is this? So I wanted to take a quick video of this outside so that you could see the sparkle and how good it looks. Ignore the background, but it's so cute. I love how neon pink the pink vinyl shows from the wrong side, so the inside of the bag. Anyways, enjoy. Okay, so we're gonna cut out a clear Guardian backpack. I am using this floral sandworm print. This is a Hex Reject design, but it is the vinyl is being sold by Stitch Don't Kill My Vibe. And then I'm going to use this semi-translucent glitter as my accent. I'm so excited. This is from More Me Now. I'm not sure what date this video will go up, but this is part of the April 15th release. So hopefully it's still available. I know I would like to be able to buy it whenever. So as long as Lauren gets good feedback, maybe we can talk her into keeping it up. So I'm going to use it for the bottom, the sides, the zipper tab, my strap accent, my handle accent, and my D-ring tabs. And then this will also get cut in half. And then for the main print, we're going to do the front main panel, the main zipper panel, and the front, it says front and back main panel, but this is the back piece, and our side pockets. But for the side pockets, where the dash line is that you normally fold it, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut about a 1/2 inch above that dash line, and that'll be where we fold it, so it won't be doubled over. But yeah, I'm excited. Get to it. This vinyl does have a film over it that I had to peel off. Lauren had told me about it, but it wasn't like, I had to use kind of like a pin to get it started. But you definitely want to make sure that's off. Okay. So this piece, like I said, I'm going to be cutting at half of the size. So I'm just going to use a ruler to do that. Rotary cutter. So there is that piece. And then, let's see here. I'm gonna have two of those. Usually just kind of cut however I see fit. Curves are kind of hard to cut sometimes with the rotary cutter. Sometimes I trace it and just use scissors for the curve if I'm having a hard time. I had a smaller rotary blade and I broke it the other day. Like, took a big old chip out of it. So the inside is going to have this, which I am fine with. I did debate like doubling this up, but I think it'll be fine. Because this bag, I'm going to do the sides and the bottom with binding. And it should hold its shape. Guess we will all find out together. I've seen a few made, but I think that's how they did it. It looked decent, pretty good. There's the other rotary cutter. That's the one I wanted. I'm going to use black nickel hardware for this one and black webbing. Okay. Two zipper tabs and then two of the connector. Okay, so for the connectors, I do trace these because they're too hard to cut out without doing so. So I'm going to try to be light here. really, I guess that's the only spot that really I need to worry about using the pen. It's gonna look so good on the black. Okay, and then I do believe we are done with our accent vinyl. Okay. Alright, this piece is wider than my ruler. Okay, so we're gonna do the back panel and main zipper panel first, because these two pieces fit together, and that way we're not wasting any of our vinyl. So I'll lay this down, and then this, and then it's a little bit tricky to cut them both out of the same spot. You have to make sure you hold on to everything. Okay, so this should peel away, and then I've got this cut here. Okay, so this part, you just really want to make sure you don't cut away from the template, like, or you'll have to cut a new other piece. Okay, so that I just need, oh, see, I did cut into that a little bit. No, it's fine. I'll lay the other piece down in a second. I want to make the most of my vinyl. Okay, so it's very hard to see the lines because it's hard to write on clear vinyl. But the nice thing is, as long as they match, we are good. Yeah, I can barely see my line. Just enough. Okay, so this piece is good. I'm going to lay this one back down with this piece on top of it again, because this piece, these need trimmed. These are hard to get to with the other piece in the way. And the vinyl is so sticky. Yeah, that's off a little. Okay. It just doesn't want... Okay. Yes. Yes. It's like trying to shift on me. Okay. So now we have those pieces done. We just need our main panel for the front. You want to make sure that that is right side up. Quick cut. Okay, and now for the pockets. Like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this dashed line and basically go about a 1/2 inch. So I'm lining it up on my grid and just going up a 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to cut it out. I just want that 1/2 inch to be able to fold down some. I think I might have cut that one the wrong way. Oh no, I did it right. Okay. I was like, oh no. I probably should have tried better to line up the print to fussy cut it, but I think it'll be fine. Okay. Going to do a double check that we have our pieces. Alright, so for the back, we have our main piece and our zipper pocket piece. We have our front. We have our side pockets. And then, so these will go, oh, that's gonna look so cute. Okay, so there's the sides, our bottom. These are for our D-ring connectors. This is the handle accent, our zipper tabs, and our strap connectors. And then I'm going to use my black webbing, and I'm going to cut it out the same way the pattern tells you to. Okay, so let's sew up this clear guardian. We've got our shoulder straps, our handle strap, our shoulder strap. These are the adjustable shoulder straps. This is just the other one. I didn't have the hardware when I cut out the bag, but two 1-inch two 1-inch clips, two 1.5-inch clips, two 1.5-inch sliders, 4 1-inch D-rings. My zipper tape, I put 2 pulls on this time. I also cut 2 little pieces of vinyl to fold on the ends of the adjustable straps. I grabbed my nameplate, and then if you don't want to do the removable shoulder strap, you don't have to use it, so you would not need these pieces. You wouldn't need this 24-inch piece, and you wouldn't need the vinyl connectors that go on here, but I like using it. Okay, I'm slightly intimidated because I have never made a clear guardian before, so why not record it, right? I'm gonna grab my connector pieces. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this piece that we cut it in half because we're only doing a single fold. These are D-ring connectors. These are the pieces that'll cover over this webbing. These are our zipper tabs, and then this goes over our carry handle, the one you grab handle. Listen, I had a long weekend. My brain is dead. Okay. So I'm going to clip my zipper tabs to my zipper. And I just like to kind of prep some things before I get started. It tends to work for me. It makes me feel like I put pieces together more, if that makes sense. Okay, so those are going on there. I can go ahead and put these on the end here. Let me make sure I don't put them on the same one. And then just drop them all over the floor. I could have put this tape on both sides, but I figured as long as I was holding it on one, it would be fine. I don't know. All right. There's those. And then I didn't put tape on this yet. Oh, I hung my tape up. That would make sense, right? Why wouldn't that? Why would it not make sense? That's where I didn't find it at. Again, a little bit, my mind is tired. Okay, so put the 1-inch clips on here. Okay, so I don't know that I really want to draw a line on here because it's gonna show through a little bit, so I'm just gonna be really light with this line. Not as light as I thought I was going. It's okay. It's the like friction erase pen. You can barely see it. Okay. I just want it to show enough. This glitter vinyl is so cool because it's semi-translucent, but it has this backing that makes it so much brighter. I love it. Okay, so line down the center, and then I'm just folding the edges to the centers. If you don't like how I bounce around, you can absolutely follow the pattern in the order it goes. I'm going to stitch down each side of this. Okay, and then this piece gets cut down into 4 pieces. So I'm going to fold it in half, cut it, and then I'm going to do the same thing on each of these 2 pieces. Also, if you can hear the air fryer, I'm sorry. If I had to guess, my boyfriend is making a chicken patty for lunch. So then each one of these, you're going to put a D-ring on. Make sure you're putting the flat piece on the wrong side so that when you fold it over, you have the nice side. Oh, this pink with black gives me life. I love it. It's so good. And because of the backing, there it is. Because of the backing that this vinyl has, it makes it pretty sturdy. I truly enjoy it. Just remember, if you buy it, there's a clear film that you need to take off. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do these. So what I like to do is set this down and line up my webbing, and then pick it up and line up these corners, and then everything should line up. Just give it a little clip here. Same thing over here. Everything lines up. Okay. I'm going to switch the foot on my machine because I got a narrow foot. I had purchased this from More Me Know, but Sunny Sewing Machines is selling them now. So you can get them there. And it's just really nice because it lets you get closer to your hardware. And I found on this connector, it's so good for it. So I'm going to sew around here. I'm going to get as close to my hardware as I can. And it also just, it makes the whole part here so much better. So I'm going to go as close to it as I can and start there. I haven't been able to get all the way to this point, but I've gotten pretty close. And then I'm just going to use this piece right here. It shouldn't hurt it because I was pretty close. And when I get close to the edge on the stitch, if I don't like where it's going to stop, I will lift my foot with my needle up a little and just barely adjust it. So if you've seen me do that and you wondered what I was doing, I'm just trying to position it. It'll make like one of the stitches look shorter than the other. I don't know if you can tell. This stitch right here is shorter, but I wanted to come a little bit further out because I didn't want to start over there. Sometimes they line up perfectly on their own, but usually they do not. So, gotta make it work how I want it to. Oh, that one worked. See, sometimes it works. Okay, but right here, just a tiny adjustment. And I do it right before the needle's gonna hit the fabric or the vinyl or whatever you're sewing. And I like to trim those pieces before I get there too, just so they're out the way, I want this stitching part to be as pretty as possible. And you want to make sure that you've caught everything on both sides. So there is our little shoulder strap. It is finished and ready, and I'm going to set it aside. Okay. I'm going to sew these on real quick. I don't sew everything with this foot because I am so used to my regular foot being like my 1/4 inch guide for seams. So I do switch them out, but it's so easy to switch because I only switch the outside foot. I leave the center toe on there. Okay. So those are good. Let's see. I want to put my nameplate on now. I really do bounce around, and I'm sorry. And like I said, if that's if that's not your thing, I understand. You are more than welcome to follow the pattern how it is written. Let's see. I probably want to go like right there-ish. So if this is my center, or do I want to put it up here? I like that. We'll go with that. Okay, so when I do my sew on labels on clear vinyl, I just backstitch them on instead of pulling my threads through and knotting them. And I also do the little slide thing when I put these on. And then I will heat seal them as well. Oh, it's cute. Okay, I think it's centered. I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, so we don't need this for a minute. We're gonna work on our zipper panel and then our pockets. Okay, so so these are our 2 zipper pieces. We need our zipper, so I'm going to go ahead and change my foot. Okay. So I'm going to sew these tabs on. And then I'll fold them out and top stitch them. Okay, so then fold it out and top stitch. Okay, so our zipper is prepared. I'm going to move my pulls and find my center. And if I had a silver marking pen handy, I would use that, but I'm going to just barely notch my zipper. You want to be careful when you're notching your zipper because you don't want it to unravel. Okay, I am going, let's see, I think we're supposed to put on here first. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna find the center of this piece. The nice thing about doing the clear Guardian is that there's less pieces to sew together and you don't have to like flip pieces, and it'll be easier to finish the whole bag too. I'm excited. Alright, so I notched, where'd it go? There it is. There's a little notch here. I'm gonna put my zipper face down and I'm gonna match the notch of the zipper up to the notch of the clear piece, and I like to just put like 3 little clippies here, and then making sure this is going to be smooth. I'm going to go to the end and I'm going to start lining up my tab first. I like to do my straight ends first. Like straight, and then deal with the curves. I think personally that's the best way. And then I'm going to go to the other side and start doing the same thing. So clear vinyl and glitter vinyl, they're like sticky, so they will stick together. It can be really nice. And it can also be a pain in the butt. So like right here, when I was trying to adjust it, it didn't want to slide, so I kind of had to put my hand in between it. So it's just something to be mindful of. It can be tricky learning to use it, but it's so much fun, it's worth it. And once you get used to it, it's really not hard. Okay. So now I have the curves to work with. Clear vinyl and curves are a little bit interesting. Let's see if I can get away with not notching my zipper. I might have to, just a touch. Maybe, maybe not. I am using quite a few clips right there. I'm kind of forcing the clear to sit with that. Okay, so I have my stiletto. I'm going to use this a little bit while I sew this. And on this zipper, I'm going to do a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance because I'm more comfortable with that and I think it's still going to come out fine. But I'm going to use the regular seam allowance in the pattern for the rest of the pieces. Because I'm not doing a lining, the lining won't have to like match with the exterior, and I think that everything should still fit fine. If it doesn't, be like, Brittany, I told you so. Okay, so this is where I'm going to use my stiletto. Oh, you know what? Also, you can unzip your zipper and it makes this side easier to stretch. Could have done that when I was clipping it, but it's alright. Thought about it now. Okay, so on the curve, I'm just gonna take my time, gonna try to keep it on the edge. We'll see how this goes. Made it around those curves. Okay. So now, I did not hold my threads over here. It's fine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this over and top stitch. Alright, hopefully I edit this well, you know, with that new laptop. I started stitching this wrong. We're going to top stitch, but we're not going to fold this way and top stitch here. We're going to fold away from the zipper and top stitch here. I got to here and I'm like, I'm not supposed to be stitching on the zipper. When have I ever done that? Good times. Okay, let's see if I can hold my stitch. The black stitching just looks so pretty on this pink vinyl that I'm pretty sure I just really wanted to stitch on it. Oh boy. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit tricky with the clear and the curve, but can do it. Because I want the zipper tape to be flat and also the vinyl. I'm not sure if having the zipper opened or closed is better. Kind of learning as I go with this. Yeah, this is a little bit awkward. So when you have a lining behind it, you have something to help pull all of this. But without the lining there, you're just kind of trying to make it do what you want. It's alright though, just take your time and you should be good. I keep putting my needle down and lifting my foot so that I can help fold everything down. And that seems to be working okay. And really just a couple stitches at a time, if that's all, if that's what you've got to do. That's the word I was looking for. Okay, I think once I get past the curve, having the zipper closed is better, but on the curve, I think it helped to have it open. Alright, let's see how that came out. It's not completely a perfect curve, but I don't think it looks bad, so I'm not mad about it. We're good. Okay, so now we need to mark the center of this piece. Putting the zipper on this is going to be the hardest part of this. Okay, so this needs to go like this, and this needs to go here. So we're going to take our center snip. It's hard to see on here. And we're going to line it up to the center snip here. Where are they both? So hard to see. I know you're not going to be able to see it, so I apologize. I just try to make my snip as small as possible. Okay, and I'm going to want to stitch with the zipper face up. So I'm going to put my clips that way. And then same as when we did the other part, make sure this is not twisted. We're going to do the straight ends, and then we'll do the curves. I'm already putting my clips backwards. It's fine. They're just clips. Okay. So again, got an interesting curve, and I feel like when you do the outside part, your zipper wants to be the stretchy part, and then when you do this part, you've got more zipper. So I usually just kind of stretch right here and try to find the center and put a clip there. And then just kind of bend and clip, and then when we sew, we'll get it lined up. So it might not be real even there at this very moment, like it looks baggy, but it'll work. Hopefully. Alright, so like I said, I want to sew this way. Okay, and it's trying to stick to my machine. I think it actually sticks more to my table when I'm pressing down and trying to sew than it does to my metal in my machine. Okay, I'm gonna get this out of my way, and then I'm gonna kind of just pull this straight as I sew. It seems so weird because it doesn't seem like it should work, but it does. Always make sure that your needle's down. Okay, so this is the part where I said I just kind of stretch and it works. You just want to make sure that everything stays aligned as you're going. Okay, same as the pocket part, we're going to fold and top stitch. Then we're top stitching on the exterior piece, not the zipper and tab. And I'm probably going to run into this again where on the straight parts, it's easier to have it closed, and on the curve, easier to have it open. I think this side is easier than this other one. So far. Hopefully it doesn't change. I don't know. I'm not sure why. Maybe because there's skinnier pieces? I don't know. looks good. So I get a little ripple here on every single one I make. So that's nothing new. This is going to be so cool. So if I would have went in a little bit on the seam allowance, the zipper wouldn't pop out as much, but I think it's fine. I truly do. Okay. So the way I cut these pockets was a 1/2 inch extra so that I could top stitch this down. I saw someone else used accent vinyl and folded it over, and I really liked that, but this is how I cut this out, so I'm gonna roll with it. So I cut it with the intention to fold it down 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna put a line at 1 inch, and that's where I'm gonna fold to. And I don't want to use tape because I don't want it to show. So also I'm gonna need to stitch this from, well, no, I don't need to stitch from the back, as long as I watch my seam allowance. So I folded over 1/2 inch. I think I'm going to stitch it at 3/8 of an inch. So it won't go all the way to the edge, but it'll be a good amount. And then I'm going to try to get rid of this line that I drew. Should come right off. Alright, let's see if I can get those lines off. Yes, they're coming off. Sweet. Okay, let's put those on the sides now. Okay, so you line the bottom up and then you just bend the sides in. I love this clear vinyl on this pink. I think it's so cool. Like, I like that the shades of the pink in the flowers and then the pink vinyl are different so that they don't blend in too much, but I think they complement each other so well. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. So, I guess the only thing with basting this on is the stitch is going to show, since this is a clear bag. So we'll try to be prettier with our basting stitch. On a regular Guardian, you wouldn't see it because it's hidden in the seam. pocket on. Two pockets on. All right, so we have our pockets. We have the back done. We are ready to work on our handle and then assemble everything. Okay, so the handle in the center. Okay, let me find my pen. I saw it on the floor. Okay, so the center of this, I'm gonna mark it. Maybe. Oh, it worked on my pants. Are you kidding me? This has been sitting on the floor for a while. That's on me, not on the pen. Okay. And then from there, it should go out 2 inches, but I'm going to go 1 3/4 because I tend to stitch too far and mess up. That's on me. So I'm going to put some tape in the middle, and then I'm going to fold this in on both sides and try to put a clip where I want to start and stop stitching, which I'm going to end up with it off. I'm really bad at this part. I must, like, I'm not going to lie. I'm working on it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stitch a box around this. Not on my clips. And this stitching won't be seen. That's why I didn't backstitch. Okay. Now, I'm going to put tape on this piece. Here. And here, so I can keep it in place. Okay, so let's see here. It goes boom, boom. Okay. But I need to center this. So bad at it. Hopefully this one will be like the best one I've ever done, because I'm like, hey. Okay, so my problem is when I do that, it tends to like fold part of it down, and it makes it shorter than it was. So I always end up doing it wrong from there. So I'm just making sure that I've got this as centered as possible. And then I'm gonna slide this where the center is. I think this is gonna do it. I hope you can see all of this. Man, it's just sticking to my fingers. Okay. This is right. Yes. Okay. Fold over fold over, but you don't want it to go all the way to the edge. All right, are we centered? Are we good? Yes, I think it's good. I'm gonna up my stitch length to 5. And then I'm going to sew a box around here. I'm feeling good about it. I think that's pretty close. I don't think I could have done it much closer. Okay, so we have that handle ready. Now we need to take our straps, our adjustable shoulder straps, and if you have a like directional print or something, you need to be mindful of how you do this. But I have a solid color, so I'm just cutting them at an angle right there. And then, did I do it right? So there's a measurement for this. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? I didn't put my side thingies in. Okay, so sorry. Professional. I know. Okay, yes. There is a 3-inch mark that we need to put on here. And I thought that's what it was, but didn't want to do it wrong. Alright. Come on. You just worked. Okay. So now we're going to take the straps and from your mark, you're going to put the end there and you want it to angle out. Same with the other side. Hi, George. There it is. So hard to see the silver pen on the clear vinyl. And then baste those on. At least George isn't up during a top stitch. He really loves to jump up when I'm top stitching, which I just think is rude, sir. I love him. He's obsessed with me. He's cute. Did I not seal these when I cut them? I really thought I did. Okay. Now, I'm going to take the back panel and match them up. Sorry, I think sometimes I go off camera and I just forget, so I apologize. I'm just clipping these together. And I'm using a decent amount of clips. I just don't want it to shift on me. George, you're probably gonna have to move, bud. Okay. Oh, put my stitch length back. I'm gonna stitch a little bit extra over the straps, but not too much because the clear vinyl You don't want to perforate it too much. George, I love you so much, but you're in my way, sir. Okay. Go lay back on your bed. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to open these seams and top stitch. But you're going to want to make sure your straps are going to the back. Yes. This is the side your straps go on. If you've watched my regular Guardian video, I messed up. And it really was not fun to fix. But I'm gonna make so because the strap is basted to the front panel, that's gonna stay flat, that's gonna stay there, but I'm gonna stitch down the strap to the back when I top stitch. Okay. And you'll probably have to go slow and finger press from the back to make sure that everything is staying nice and flat. And make sure your strap is going to the back panel. My stitching went a little crooked there. It's okay. The grab handle is going to go on top of this too, for on most of it, so you won't be able to see all of it. Okay, so that's what that looks like. And now this handle is going to go here. So I'm going to take the center and line it up on both sides and clip it down. Wrote on my hand. Okay, and then so you have a couple of options here. You can go off of in the pattern, you can make your marking where she tells you to, and you can do a box stitch right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just stitch a big box, and I'm just gonna go to where the strap starts, and that's what I'm going to use as my marking for where to start and stop. It's been working for me. I say that a lot. Sorry. So I want to make sure that this is straight before I start. And then I'm going to be going to right here. So when I come down here, it should be pretty much right where strap starts. And if you want to go for that X, by all means. Okay. So, same thing on the other side. These straps are a little in the way, I know. Okay, so again, making sure this is straight. This side's a little bit easier to do because you just stop once you get to that spot. Oh. Okay, so I think we're pretty even. Looks good. Okay, we need to put the strap connectors. This does not want to stay here. Okay. We need to put the strap connectors on these sides. Alright, I found my pattern piece. So I'm going to take my pattern piece. Should probably mark that center while I'm here. And I'm going to clip it here. And mark this spot. I'm going to do that on both of them. Oh, I thought George was going to hop up. Went to the other table. Okay, and then I purchased this the hidden strap connector guide from Joe Lely Creations, and I really like that this goes down a little bit further than the pattern piece. I think for me it's easier to sew the connector. Also, I like sewing this part with the smaller foot, so I'm gonna change it again. You don't have to have this narrow foot to do stuff, but like I said, it just makes it a little bit easier. If I could. Oh. Alright. Okay. It really is easy to connect. I have some like issues with my hands and stuff. Okay. So let's see here. I don't want to tell you how to do this wrong because I feel like I did it wrong one time. Okay. But we're going to cut into here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the cut with my seam ripper. And then I'm going to use my scissors. These are those little scissors you get with Brother embroidery machines, and I've had 3 pairs. I just love them. I don't know what it is. I used a pair of Kai scissors at my friend Lauren's house, and I really liked using them. I need to get a pair of those. Okay. So, now, what you do is you take one of your D-ring tabs and thread halfway through the hole. Flip the side panel over to the wrong side and sew a row of stitching just above the cut line. Alright, so just above. And now flip it right back, right side up, thread the D-ring on, and then tuck it through there. And you're tucking this cut slit in with it. So here's the tab, here's that. And then what you're gonna do is once you have that pulled down and everything is good, you're gonna flip everything like this. And then you're gonna sew this together. So the reason I like this narrow foot for this part is I feel like I can actually catch everything and get close to the hardware and catch the tab. One time, I think I was sewing one live, I literally sewed into the D-ring and I broke my needle really bad. Okay, and then you can rivet here, and I think I'm going to because I want this to be held down. So the only thing is I'm not lining anything of this bag, and this is going to be on the inside. So I think I'm going to, once I rivet it down, I think I'm going to trim right below it. But, so I'm going to do the same thing again. So, putting this through halfway, flipping it over, stitching just above the line. Putting the D-ring in, tucking that in, bringing the tab with it. And you know what? Sometimes even if you've made something 10 times, it doesn't hurt to reread the directions and make sure you've got your technique down. So that's what we're going to call it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and rivet these down real quick. Okay, so the rivets are on. Like I said, I'm just gonna trim these down. We don't need all of that overhang, and I want less of the ugly stuff, if you will, to show. All right, we are almost done. We just have to put the sides on, the bottom, and okay, we need to put our little side connector guys on, but the sides and the bottom, and then we will put the hardware on, the straps. So sorry, I'm really struggling with words today. Okay, so I'm gonna go 1.5 inches up and make a little mark on both sides of the back. And then I'm going to clip these at an angle. And I just kind of eyeball it. And then I'm going to baste them on. And when I say based, I mean I'm back stitching. I am securing them on, but on the edge. Okay, so I'm gonna set this hardware to the side. Literally just the other side of my table. Okay, I'm gonna take, okay, I'm gonna wrap this up so it's out of my way first. These are getting a little annoying. I should have done this a while ago, but it is what it is. Alright, we're gonna match the little center notch I cut to the center. And I'm going to sew right there. I'm also going to put my regular foot back on because I just decided I'm going to sew the rest of the bag at 1/4 of an inch. It's my seam preference if I can get away with it. And when I sew clear vinyl, I just really like doing that because I don't want too much overhang. So, actually, I should probably do 3/8 of an inch because I'm going to bind this together so that everything looks a little bit prettier. Forgot I was planning on doing that. So, welcome to, I just continuously change my mind. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so we've got the top stitched on right there, so it's not going anywhere. And then I'm going to line up all the way to the curve on both sides first. And this is a hard curve to get right. So if you sew this and you turn the bag and it looks just like a touch off, really don't feel discouraged because I've made a couple. I don't think any of them have been like actually perfect. One of my friends has made a bunch and I still see the bunching there. I've seen plenty of them on Facebook that still have a little bit of bunching. Just don't be hard on yourself because it is a hard spot. The stiletto does help here too. You kind of just have to bend everything. Like I said, it is not the easiest spot to sew. And I almost ripped my vinyl right there. I think when I go back through with the binding, it'll be better. Okay, so we're going to, it's so cute. Gonna do the same thing on this side. So find your center and match it up. And then tack that down first. Come on, bend. Now we're going to clip all this together again. So normally when I do curves and stuff, I also like to use staples, but not for this clear vinyl. All right. Oh no, I wasn't on it. I thought the needle was down. It's just so hard because you end up with the exterior trying to bunch up underneath, and that's when you get the little ripples. So yeah, see on both sides I have just like little ripples, but only do so much. Okay, I'm gonna grab my binding. Okay, I had to take a break and do a birthday dinner, and I did a live, so I threw everything in here, but we're almost done. So excited. There's one more piece in here. There it is. Okay, so we're gonna bind the sides, and then we'll put the bottom on and bind it, and then do our hardware, and we're done. I like using this double fold bias tape that I just bought a whole spool of on Amazon. In every video I link a page called My Favorite Things, and this is linked in there. So to do the binding, I'm gonna have to trim these connectors off because you can't have anything sticking out. Okay, so I like the double fold because it's already folded. I just push it all the way on, and then I clip. So this, I'm just going to the edge, just going all the way around, because then we're also, well, this might get a little interesting when we do the bottom. We'll just have to fold this. It's fine. I didn't think about that, because this part of the regular pattern you don't bind. Should be fine. You might have a little bit of trouble if you have a domestic, but my machine should not struggle with that. It should be alright. Just something to keep in mind though. I just realized my machine has no thread and a rainbow bobbin in. We'll have to change the thread. Okay, so around this curve, just smoothing it as much as I can. And so I sewed the side on at 3/8, and then this is 1/2 inch. So it's pretty close. Some spots my stitching might poke out a tiny bit, because one side of this tape isn't really as wide as the other, just by like a tiny bit. Okay, and then just gonna trim this off right there. Alright, now we're gonna sew. I just have to thread my machine first. Alright, ready to sew. Yeah, a little bit of my previous stitches, it's just gonna show. I should have gone in a little bit, but it's fine. I'm not worried about it. And when I do the binding, I go at 1/4 of an inch to make sure I catch both sides of my binding. Every time I go all the way to the edge, I miss it and I have to go back over it, and I hate doing that. So, I'm no pro at binding. Take what I say with a grain of salt, I guess. There are others who are much better at it than me. I'm still kind of new to doing it. part is still difficult to do. No idea what I knocked on the floor. The good thing about going like in on my previous seam allowance is that I'm not messing the shape of my bag up at all with this because it was already stitched. Okay, I caught everything. What did I knock off the table? Oh, my strap. No biggie. Okay, same thing with this side. I think this curve is like the hardest part of this bag, like the worst part. I mean, the front zipper pocket thingy is a little challenging, but if you've made like the H-Row to go, it basically has the same zipper curve, just a little bit smaller. So you get used to that, but I don't know what it is about this spot. I'm gonna master it one day. Maybe. Maybe I never will. Until then, just gonna do my best every time. And that's gonna be enough. Alright. You don't even have to do the binding on this part. I decided to do it to hide the seams, and I'm hoping it gives it a touch more structure. So with that said, just keep in mind, you don't have to do the binding on this part. The bottom of the bag, when sewn regularly, has binding. You could do the clear without it too, but I'm definitely going to bind the bottom. I think maybe next time, if I were to use like this glitter vinyl again, I would cut another side and bottom so that they faced out so that this was glittery. I love the hot pink color though, so I'm not mad about it. Just an idea. I feel like it would, you know, also structure it some more. Alright, we're ready to put the bottom on. What happened here? Okay, so we're gonna find our centers. here and here, which this seam allowance is going to be a little messed up because I went in at 1/4 of an inch on the zipper. I should have brought it to the 3/8 when I should have brought it to the 3/8 when I got to the zipper tab. That would have like fixed that, but I think it's gonna be fine. I'll make it work no matter what. It's not much, so okay. Got my centers there. I'm gonna get centers for this. Okay, sorry, I probably went off the camera a little. So bad at that. Okay, so we're gonna match up our centers on all 4 sides, and these do like to stick together. I just like to do a little bit of the flat sides first. But literally just like a couple clips. Okay, there. Centers. Then our sides. Where did I snip this one? Okay, right there. Then I'm gonna finish the flat spots and then I'll go into the curves. This is gonna be so cool. Also, the outside to the right side is facing the inside of the bag. Okay, so where these are, let me think. I probably want them to fold this way. Yeah, because I'm going to want everything in towards the bag. So it's going to be a little interesting. These are going to fold this way to be sewn. So that is a bit of bulk. Okay. But to be fair, when you sew the bag normally, you have a lining and everything, so I don't think it's going to be too much more bulk than I'm used to when I sew it. It's just a little interesting folding that down. Okay, time to sew around this. So we should be doing a 3/8 inch seam allowance. I think I'm just gonna go right in between a 1/4 and 3/8. So like just almost 3/8 because I don't want all the stitching to show again. Again, I'm not a pro at binding. And it's okay. I make it look as good as I can. And I think that's fine. If you don't, I'm sorry. Doing my best. These curves are a little difficult. Take your time. Alright. I think I did a pretty good job. Corners are just really interesting. The curves. That one's probably the worst one. But again, I did have a little extra seam allowance right there. But I don't see any like puckers. So I think we're good. You could flip the bag and check it if you wanted to. Alright, so now we're just going to go around here. With the binding again. Sorry, I'm trying to keep this in the frame, but it's so much easier for me if I hold the bag this way. Also, any of like this bulk, I'm just going to snip it a little bit for this next part. Okay, getting close. Okay. So when I get to the end, I like to fold this over and put it on top and place a clip there. And then I like to start right before that. Almost done. And you're just following where you already stitched. So, a little bit easier as long as you're catching your binding. But still, definitely, you know, take your time. Sometimes I just like to trim the threads before I even get there. Okay, so make sure you caught everything. I didn't catch a little bit of my first stitch, but I'm okay with it. It does not look bad. So you could have left your zipper open, or you could be like me, that you just, it comes apart pretty easily. But it's time to turn the bag right side out. I'm really glad I did the binding on the sides. I think it looks nice. You could use a hairdryer to turn the bag. It makes the vinyl more pliable. This TPU is really soft though. I love it. Okay, you just want to get your corners pushed out as much as you can. I'm just gently pushing the corners out with my fingers. And then you can kind of go through around everything. And you're probably not going to have perfect little spots right here. It's really hard to perfectly make this. Oh, it's cute! So same with up here. It's soft and it's not like as structured of a bag as when you have a lining and everything. It's so much fun. We just have to put our hardware on now. Oh my gosh. This is cute. Okay, so you're going to take your strap and you're going to make sure you have the right side up. And you're going to go in your hardware. So what I like to do is there is an up and a down. So where you can see these, that's down. And then I like to have, if it's not like a fully closed, there's a little gap here. I like that to be down. That's my personal preference. But you're going to go up and over and down. And then you're going to take your clip and you want it face up. Okay, so we have this. Now from the underside, you're going to come in the same way up and down, but behind this. So this is what you want to have. You want the end to be inside this loop. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stitch this. So I'm just going to put a clip here and here. And then you want to make sure too that it's the right way. Okay, so again, right side up, little gap at the bottom, up, over, down, clip, face up, flip it around, up and over inside of that, and then I like to, it's kind of awkward, I like to make sure that these match. So, hey, they do. And then I'm just going to sew 2 lines. I'll probably, inside of the webbing, I probably won't touch the vinyl. You could put a narrow foot on to do this part too. That would work well. If you want to get really close to the hardware, you don't actually have to be up against the slider though. It's okay if you're not. And then you're going to trim your threads, and then you can heat seal them if you'd like. I'm going to. Okay, and then sew the other one. clip all the straps and we're done. I like to adjust this up towards the top because straps are pretty long. But they're good size. I carry a Guardian. The Donut Cat one I did a tutorial on. That's my daily bag right now. This is so cute. So see these corners? It's hard because you've got the webbing and that, but you just have to know that it's not going to be absolutely perfect. If you can make it absolutely perfect, I am in awe. But there we go. So we've got our little carry strap, our grab handle, our pockets, our shoulder straps, and then this is what the inside looks like. You can see those connectors. I should probably clean up the threads there a little bit. But then we've got the binding. It looks really good. I'm so excited. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have ever made a clear garden, if you're going to tackle it. Have a great day.